Yo, what's up guys? Dave here today, and we are going to show you how we hook up the camper. I'm actually going to be replacing the front right landing gear. I got some errors which I will do a separate video on, but today is the hookup of the fifth wheel in the truck. So here we go. Now, I'll take this off so you can kind of see, and then I'll put this back on. But basically what I do is I stop it just a little bit before, just to make sure my height is good. As you can see, I gotta come down. I'm gonna come down about maybe like an inch and a half, and I'm pretty much in line, as you can see. And we'll back straight up and we should be good. Put this back, and then I'll hook it back up and I'll show you. Right there. Going to close the tailgate for now, but we're going to open it after. I just want to show you what we need to do. So, tailgate back up. Now you can see in there, you can see them silver jaws are closed, which is good, but we're not done yet. This is pretty much the most important part. So I can get up here and do this. I'm gonna put the camera down. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So this is in. Okay. This pin that goes in here is the most important part. If you open this, it's gonna open the jaws once you pull away, and the camper is gonna come off. So this is the brake disconnect. What we do is I put this on here, and let's see if I can do this with one hand. Put the pin in so you can see it's not going nowhere. And what I do, if I could do this with one hand, I put the brake disconnect in so that you can see it's hooked onto here. Okay, with your cable, it's the most important part of this whole thing. Once you do this, pretty much the only other thing to do with the hookup essentially is to connect your 7-pin to where it's got to go in the truck. And let's see. Once that's in, make sure it's in good. Alright. Wires go in. Some of you may have this wire, some may not. It's just a wire for the camera. I did myself. It goes up over the top of the camper, and it's a rear camera. So what we do basically is we have to do what's called a pull test after we take the weight off the camper. Tailgate stays down, all right, and we're going to take some weight off the camper now. So we get to the jacks, and we're going to push we're on retract. We're going to push the fronts, hold it until the weight is going to come off the camper. Weight's going to come off, and it's going to start to lift. Once the landing gears get up about, I don't know, I usually like to get them up about 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe. We jump in the truck to do what's called a pull test. And I always recommend doing a pull test. Basically what that is when you get in the truck, you hold the brakes, the trailer brakes down manually with your hand, and it will cycle the brakes on the trailer, and you will not have the brakes on the truck because you're not stepping on the brake. So let's go in and do this. Show you what I'm talking about here. So we got to push our trailer profile here so that it knows. And also on my truck we have to switch our tow, which lights up on the dash right there. All right, so we're going to push on the brakes of the truck, take the parking brake off. Okay. Keep in mind when you do this, after you hook up, always double check. I always do it I do a walk around usually, and then I look in the mirror, make sure the steps of the camper are not down. That'll be a bad day for you. So anyhow, trailer brakes are right here. You squeeze them in, and you'll see when you start squeezing them in and it goes up. I have my gain set at 8.5, which is pretty good for us. So here we go. We're going to put it in drive, push the brakes. You can see they're at 100%, and we let off. And it should hold the truck. Once it holds the truck, just hit the gas just a hair, and it's going to tug it. You can kind of see the truck moves, but the trailer is staying. It's attached. It's not coming off no matter what happens. All right, we'll put it back in park, put the parking brake on, and let's go outside, and I'll basically show you what I do next. So you can see those are off just a hair. What I do is I kind of cycle this to auto retract all, enter to begin. So all the back and the middles were up already, but these are going to go all up by themselves. Now is the time we can close the tailgate, and if we're going where I think I'm going to need the backup camera, I take this, and this gets plugged into here. Let's see if we can do this. This is not easy to do with one hand. Okay, so that's plugged in. You can see that. sounds like everything's up. So what I gotta do now is just lift this. Okay. Alright, that's good. This one was up, so we're good there. That's it. So I just showed you how to hook up the truck. Everything looks good. Kind of just show you in here real quick again what that looks like. Got the nice B&W companion hitch, really nice. It is not a slide hitch. I have the 8-foot bed on this truck. You do not need the slide hitch, and works out well. So we're pulling a 40-foot fifth wheel here, you can see. And all right, so our next to do, as I told you before, is we are having problems with this jack. More so on the auto level, it functions, but when there's a load on it, it'll keep getting a right front jack error. So our plan is to change out this whole thing, including the motor, and we'll see if that corrects our problem. All right, I'll be back.